Hi, this is Jess, and I'm here with a chaturanga strength sequence. So chaturanga dandasana is essential in a vinyasa yoga practice. It's a challenging pose. It takes full body strength, and I've put together this short sequence to help you build that strength, and hopefully it translates well not only to your chaturanga practice, but to your entire vinyasa yoga practice. All right, so we're gonna start face down on the mat. All you need is a mat. And you're going to completely come down, make a pillow with your hands, and rest your forehead down. I'm just kind of squiggling out my legs to create some length in my body. And then, because I believe we're creatures of habit, I'm gonna switch the hand that's on top so that I give that other hand a chance, that other shoulder a chance, just to be in a different orientation to gravity. Good, so we're gonna breathe here, try to relax the body, and we'll move through a few half locust pose. So for this, I want the feet to stay down, the torso will lift, and the head will stay connected to the hands, like Velcro. So we inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. And one more time, inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Good, we're gonna do that 3 more times. If you didn't in the first round, squeeze your glutes on this one. We're trying to strengthen the low back, all right? Keep your pubic bone down, really grounded. Maybe squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs a little bit, but try to keep the tops of the feet down. And inhale, rise up. And exhale, come down. And again, inhale, rise up. And exhale, come down. And last time, inhale, rise up. And exhale, come down. Good, release everything. Maybe one cheek goes to the side and you shake out your hips. Nice. Moving along to a Sphinx pose. So we'll bring our elbows under our shoulders. Typically for Sphinx pose, the hands are out in front of you. For this Sphinx pose, I want that's a hard word to say. I want the toes tucked and the hands interlaced. All right, you can interlace them the way you normally interlace them. And you're going to press down and pull the forearms towards you to try to pull your chest through. From here, we'll move from the Sphinx pose, right? Our shoulder blades are back. We're going to protract the shoulders, which means pushing the spine through and taking those shoulder blades away from each other. Start to lift the pubic bone and the thighs and the knees for forearm plank. Good, and then bring the knees, thighs, and pubic bone down and pull that chest forward back into Sphinx. Good, now we'll switch the interlace of the fingers and we'll do that again. Take an inhale here and exhale, plank pose. Good, inhale, come back to Sphinx, switch the fingers, exhale, plank pose. Good. Inhale, come back down, switch the fingers, and exhale, forearm plank pose. Nice. All right, bring everything down. Once again, untuck the toes, make pillow with the hand, whichever hand is on top. Turn one cheek to the side and shake out your seat. Maybe even bend your knees and windshield wipe your feet side to side. We're going to take that up into a dolphin. So we'll move through the same sequence, just adding a dolphin. So legs come out in front of you or behind you. Elbows come under shoulders. Hands are interlaced. We're going to tuck those toes. So we start in this tuck-toed Sphinx pose. And then we open up through the shoulders, lift on up to plank, and then bend those knees to walk the feet in for dolphin pose. Good, we're trying to get the hips over the shoulders as much as we can. This is really great for shoulder strength. And then you can walk the feet back and lower on down. Nice, I'm gonna switch the interlace of my hands. We have one more like that. So round to lift, walk those feet in. Good, lift on up, hold it up, breathe. And then you can drop those knees down and we're gonna make our way into extended child's pose, which will feel really nice here to extend those arms. And then if you'd like, you can bring those arms in and just shake out those arms. That's what I like to do. Nice. So we'll move right into a half chaturanga, a half plank. Silly. Those are not even the real names. It's just that there are not names for them. And what I'm really just trying to explain is that knees are down. All right. So we start in a table. We walk the hands forward slightly, so my wrists are forward of my shoulders, and then we're going to shift. So the shoulders are then over the wrist. All right. I don't want to keep my butt up and any anterior tilt. I want to feel as though there's a string between my hip points and my ribs pulling towards each other. Can you see how I tilted my pelvis in the opposite direction like that, and then dropped it down so I create a long line? Nice. From here, we bend the elbows, just maybe a little bit, and then lengthen them. And again, bend and lengthen, and one more time, bend and lengthen. Good. Sit back, maybe roll out those wrists. We're going to do that one more time, and then we'll move into some side planks. So come forward into table. Already you can start to feel the string between hip points and ribs getting a little shorter. Those arms reach forward. We shift. Yes, beautiful long line. Then we bend the elbows and press back up. Bend the elbows and press back up. And last time, that's hard work. Bend the elbows and press back up. Nice. Sit back towards those heels. Shake out those arms. We'll move into a side plank. This side plank is on the forearms, and we're just going to learn to kind of put those forearms down in front of one another, okay? So we'll start back in that Sphinx pose. Really like that shape, all right? But this time, hands are gonna come towards the opposite elbow, all right? So we're on our forearms, hands are towards each other. Can you see my hand? And we're gonna tuck the toes. We're gonna rise up into that plank, and I'm gonna shift my heels to one side and maybe lift that top arm, and then forearm comes down and go to the other side. Nice. Forearm comes down, other side, and again, other side, and we might as well do one more. Why not? Other side, and last time. Nice, and come all the way down. Let's make a pillow with the hands. Bend the knees. Shake it out. I should have said at the beginning, pause at any time you need a break. You can make this sequence as long or as short as you want it to be. Nice. So the next move that I have, come up onto table, is an exercise or a move that helps strengthen your arms, your legs, and the serratus anterior, these side muscles, all right? And this is not only gonna help for chaturanga, but this is something that I do a lot to help people get their foot forward from down dog into a standing forward fold. So those hands are underneath the shoulders, and I like to really press down through my finger pads and kind of like grip the mat with my hand. Otherwise, I sort of put all the weight into the heel of my hand, which doesn't feel good. I'm gonna shift forward so that I make sure my foot stays on the mat. So I extended my right leg long, and from here, I'm going to protract my shoulder blades, meaning pull them apart, and then come back to neutral. All right, protract, or find that cat, that angry Halloween cat back, and back to neutral. And one more time. Good, and back to neutral. It helps to exhale here. So now I'm gonna press through this foot that's extended out, and this knee is gonna come up into my chest as I find that cat back. So I inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good, both knees come down, and we switch to the other side. So we just start with the cat back and neutral and cat back and neutral and cat back and neutral. And now we bring the knee up into the chest. So we inhale here and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. Both knees come down. You can sit back child's pose or on your heels like me. We're going to end and round this up with our down dog to plank to chaturanga to up dog back into down dog. We'll do that 3 times. And we're going to move through a couple variations. The first one, we're going to sort of like slither down from plank pose all the way down to the mat. The second one, we'll drop our knees for that half chaturanga. And then the third, we'll try to do a full chaturanga. So let's make our way into downward facing dog. Good. You can pedal out your feet here. You can shake your head if that feels good. I just really want you to breathe. Don't worry about what you look like in down dog right now. It's not really about that. With your inhale, come forward into plank. Nice. And with your exhale, bring your knees down, then thighs, belly, and chest. Good. Untuck your toes. Push through your hands, squeeze your shoulder blades, and you can even lift up that pubic bone. My knees are still down, or you can lift your knees up. Doesn't matter. Press back, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe here. We'll do the second one. We'll inhale, come forward into plank. Nice. This time, just drop the knees where they are. See how I'm in that position? My hips are coming up towards my ribs. And then hug the elbows in as you lower all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes. Press through the hands and tops of feet to lift up upward dog. And then maybe roll over the toes for down dog. Good. Few breaths here. This is our last one. We're going to inhale, come forward to plank. Nice. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing. Come to your seat. Take a breath. Okay, so doing that once a week, you will notice a difference in your practice, a difference in your strength, maybe a difference even from stepping up to the top of your mat twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever feels right for you. Thanks for practicing with me.